Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we are making Asian baby back ribs, and today I actually already made the recipe. Made the recipe yesterday and we had it for dinner. But what I will tell you, I will walk you through the steps of it. This is a recipe that I also tested out. The link to the recipe is down below in the description. It was really wonderful, super easy to do, and I have a question for you. If you have a cookbook or something, or recipes that you would like to see me try, let me know down in the comments, because there are some recipes that I would love to try, and right now, not being able to develop recipes because not having tasters is making this a little bit more difficult, but we can get through this. Alright, so let's start this off. I started this recipe first thing on Sunday morning. So when I got up on Sunday morning, I took out my slow cooker. Then I added my ingredients to my slow cooker. I added my soy sauce, my light brown sugar, rice wine vinegar, toasted sesame oil, one piece of ginger that's about 1.5 inches long that had been chopped. Now I did take the skin off the ginger using a spoon and just scraped it off and then chopped it into slices. And then a dash of cayenne pepper, or you can use more cayenne pepper, it is up to you. Cornstarch. Cool part about this is throw everything in together. Mix it up. Cool. Then you're going to add your ribs. You can do more ribs than what I did. I did find that the 1 pack of ribs that I had worked well. I cut that into 4 pieces, put it into the crock pot and made sure that I coated it on both sides. Then I set it on low and let it cook. Every 2 hours I would come back and flip it over to make sure that my ribs were cooking well, and they were cooking really well. And it just made sure that everything was coated on both sides. And then after 7 hours, yes, after 7 hours, I took the ribs out of the slow cooker and put them into a baking pan. My oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Once the ribs were in the baking pan, and believe me, they are nice and tender right now, I took the baking pan, put it into the oven, and let the ribs cook for another about 10 to 15 minutes, or until the ribs were nice and crisp on the outside, yet tender and juicy on the inside. I took the ribs out, plated them up. I also strained the sauce and took off as much of the oil as I could, and then served the ribs just like that. It was so good. And I mean, these ribs are so easy to make. They tasted wonderful. I was actually amazed at how simple this was, how little time it took. And the one thing about using a slow cooker is the fact that you can put the stuff in there, keep an eye on it while it's cooking, but then walk away from it and come back and check on it every once in a while, as long as it's in a safe spot. And you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to sit there constantly battling it. Now, the big thing about this is make sure to flip the ribs over. If you do not, you will not get that coating on all sides. You will not get the flavor all the way through. And that is true about any kind of meat that you are cooking in a slow cooker. Make sure that it gets all the meat gets coated in whatever sauce you had. Plated up, and it was so good and so wonderful, and took absolutely no time. Now, if you're wondering why I don't normally show you these things, well, let me show you. This is my dining room. My dining room is a great place because from where I'm standing right here, my dining area is right there. However, when I'm filming these videos, my dining area looks like this. Yeah, so by the time I get done with cooking it, filming the video, tearing everything down, setting up my dining area back to the way it should be, it'd be a long time. It would be a really long time and food would be cold. This way I can make the food on the day before walk you through the steps, and then tell you how it was. And this was really good. The recipe is linked down below. I loved this one. It is so easy. The recipe is really simple to follow. And if you have like recipes that you want me to try to make, let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I get to see you the next time you stop by.